Hello, guys. Welcome, everybody, to Purple Haze Podcast. I am your lovely host, Isaac. So, week two is officially in the books, and now we are in week three of the NFL. So, for week two, I got 10 out of 16. So, now I am 21 and 11 is my overall record right now. So, now let's go on to week three. Let's get it. For Thursday Night Football, to kick off week three, we got the New York Giants taking on the San Francisco 49ers. The Giants coming off of a comeback of a 21-point victory comeback against the Arizona Cardinals, and the 49ers coming off of a win against the LA Rams. So I have, of course, the 49ers are going to win this one. They're just a lot better team than the Giants are because they almost lost. Let's be real. They basically got dominated in the first half and then somehow it went for a full circle. So I have the 49ers taking this one. And then for the noon games, we got the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Colts coming off of a win off of against the Houston Texans, and the Baltimore Ravens coming off of a good win against the Cincinnati Bengals. So I have the Cincinnati Bengals winning this one again just because I don't know how good the Indianapolis Colts will be without Anthony Richardson with Gardner Minshew as their quarterback. I feel like Baltimore is going to win this one. So Baltimore Ravens are going to go 3-0 on this one. And then next, we got the LA Chargers taking on the mighty Minnesota Vikings. So the Chargers coming off of an overtime loss to the Tennessee Titans, and the Vikings coming off of a brutal loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. So I have, of course, who's gonna be 1 and 2, who's gonna be 0 and 3. I think the Vikings are gonna win this one. This is absolutely a must-win for the Vikings. The first 2 weeks, notably against the Panthers, so I have the Vikings winning this one, which I will explain more in my preview. And then next, we got the Tennessee Titans taking on the Cleveland Browns. So the Tennessee Titans coming off an overtime win against the Chargers, and then the Browns coming off of a loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was an ugly game, let's be honest. Cleveland should have won the Monday Night Football game, but they didn't. I think this time, Tennessee Titans, yes, they're not too bad on offense or on defense. They're good. Cleveland's defense is pretty legit, I must say. So I have the Cleveland Browns winning this one. It's going to be a defensive battle, no doubt, but we'll see what happens. Then next, we got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Detroit Lions. Atlanta Falcons coming off of a huge win against the Green Bay Packers, and then the Detroit Lions coming off of a overtime loss to the Seahawks. So I obviously think, yes, the Detroit Lions, they have a good offense. I don't know if they have a good defense, but they do have a good defense. So do the Atlanta Falcons. They have a good defense. So I have the Atlanta Falcons pulling off the game right here. And then next, we got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Green Bay Packers. The Saints coming off of an ugly win against the Carolina Panthers, and the Green Bay Packers coming off of a loss to the Atlanta Falcons. Thank you. Haha. So I have basically the New Orleans Saints winning this one because they have a good defense, a good offense, and the Packers, I don't know if Jordan Love is really the answer. Even though some people think they are, nah. My ceiling for Jordan Love is that he is okay. That's it. That's my ceiling for him. So I have the New Orleans Saints, and it's going to be Derek Carr versus Jordan Love. I have Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints winning this one. And then next, we got the Houston Texans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. So the Houston Texans coming off of a loss to the Colts, and the Jacksonville Jaguars coming off of a loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. So I have I have Jacksonville winning this one. The Jacksonville Jaguars, yeah, Houston Texans, they do have a good weapon, and I think Jacksonville, they just overall have a good defense now, which is now their theme. So I have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this one. Then next, we got the Denver Broncos taking on the Miami Dolphins. Denver Broncos coming off of a very brutal loss to the Washington Commanders, and the Miami Dolphins coming off of a victory over the Patriots. So basically, I obviously have the Miami Dolphins winning this one. The Denver Broncos defense, it's okay. It's not like top 10, but it's okay. I mean, I honestly think the Miami Dolphins, they just have an explosive offense. They can just put points on the board with ease. So I have the Miami Dolphins going 3-0 as well. So the Dolphins will win. And then next, we got the New England Patriots taking on the New York Jets. So the Patriots coming off of a loss to the Dolphins, and the Jets coming off of a loss to the Cowboys. So I have obviously the New York Jets winning this one. So basically, I think the Jets are going to win. Yes, Bill Belichick owns the Jets basically. They haven't won since 2015, I believe so. So I have the Jets winning this one. They basically snapped their losing streak, and it's in New York, so I have them winning that one. And then next, we got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Washington Commanders. So Buffalo coming off of a dominant performance against the Raiders, winning that game, and the Washington Commanders coming off of a thrilling victory over the Denver Broncos. So I think I have the Buffalo Bills winning this one. Washington Commanders they have a very good offense. It might be an offensive shootout. It might. But overall, I think it's just too much for Washington, so I have Buffalo winning this one. And then next for the afternoon games, we have the Carolina Panthers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The Panthers coming off of a loss to the New Orleans Saints, and then the Seattle Seahawks coming off of a overtime victory over the Detroit Lions. So this one is going to be basically not really much of a competition. I have the Seattle Seahawks winning this one. They have a lot more of an explosive offense than the Carolina Panthers do at this point. I mean, of course they have Bryce Young, but I don't think he's quite ready yet. Maybe he needs years to develop, but I think the Seattle Seahawks win in this one. And then next, we got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Dallas Cowboys coming off of a victory against the New York Jets. They might be one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best team. And then the Arizona Cardinals coming off of a brutal loss to the Giants after blowing a 28-7 lead to the Giants and then losing. I obviously have Dallas winning this one. Obviously, they're just going to. I think it's going to be another dominant performance to the Dallas Cowboys. And then next, we got the Chicago Bears taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bears coming off of a pretty bad loss to the Buccaneers, and then the Chiefs coming off of a ugly win against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, it's obvious who I'm going to pick. The Chicago Bears, they look pretty bad with Justin Fields and their offensive coordinator, and just everything's bad around them. Everybody thought Justin Fields was somebody. He's not a good quarterback. Newsflash. So I have the Kansas City Chiefs overcoming the Chicago Bears. So I think I have them winning. And then next, we got Sunday Night Football. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. So I have the Steelers coming off of a win against the Browns. Still from this day, do not know how they won that game. And then the Raiders coming off of a blowout loss to the Buffalo Bills. So I think the Steelers, though, they do have a good defense, and I think it might be enough to stop the Raiders. It's going to be a tough one. So I have the Pittsburgh Steelers coming away with this win. And then next, we have another Monday Night Football doubleheader. We got the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Eagles coming off of a victory against the Vikings. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming off of a victory over the Chicago Bears. Now this one, this is going to be a tough one. Both defenses, the Eagles defense is, I don't know, questionable. Their passing game isn't good, but their run game is good. And the Philadelphia Eagles kind of somewhat sputtering offense. They were able to do so against the Vikings, just the running game. But I'm actually going to, in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they overall have a lot of good weapons there they could use on offense. And their defense is one of the, at least a top 10. But I'm going to go with this hot take, with a bold prediction. I'm going with the Buccaneers pulling away with this one, going 3-0. Basically, yes, the Eagles, they're a good team. Jalen Hurts versus Baker Mayfield, but I'm going to go bold here. I won't mind if I'm wrong or something like that. And then next, we got a Super Bowl 56 rematch. We got the LA Rams taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Rams coming off of a loss to the 49ers, but still looked promising, though. And then the Bengals coming off of a loss to the Ravens. So, it's going to be a tough one, no doubt, for both of these teams. I would say the Rams, they do look better as of right now. But I think Cincinnati, usually they play pretty well. Besides the first two games, usually they usually sputter on offense, and then they get things going all of a sudden. Besides the start of the season, they usually get going in the middle and at the end of the season. So I have the Cincinnati Bengals winning this one over the Rams. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys Friday for the Chargers and Vikings preview. Skol.